How we doing, everybody? UFC thoughts here, and today I'm going to be recapping UFC 303, Pereira vs. Prohaska 2, and just recapping the card. By the way, I finally have swept the card. I finally did it. I went technically 12-0, because I didn't technically give a pick on Diego Lopes Dan Ige, but I picked Diego Lopes to win anyways, so technically 13-0. But yeah, I finally did it. I've been doing this shit for fucking ages, but I finally swept the card. Alright, let's get started with the main event. Alex Pereira, Jiri Prohaska. This was honestly a terrifying performance. If I'm being honest, it wasn't close. Alex looked just way better than Jiri. Jiri had no moments of success. He landed 7 strikes. To Alexa's 49 total, 38 of which were significant. So that means in total strikes, he landed at an 80% clip. 8 out of 10 punches, or 4 out of 5 from Alex Pereira landed tonight. That's not good. That's no bueno for fucking everybody else. That's not good. Jiri honestly looked terrible. I hate to be that guy, but he didn't look good in this fight. And I love Jiri, and it honestly hurt seeing him get knocked out like that, because that was honestly terrible to watch. At the end of the first round, he got clipped. I think Jiri landed one right hand the entire time, and it wasn't even, I'm pretty sure most of those, they're all significant. He did no damage when he did get it in the clinch. He didn't even really go. He went for some trips in the clinch, but he didn't go for single or double legs. He never dropped and level changed. But yeah, Alex dominantly won that shit, and that's scary. That just gives me more reason to pick him against Magomed Ankalaev. And I know it's weird to look. Damn, he went 11 of 13 in that second round. Ooh, boy. Yeah. And I didn't bring up the fact that Jiri, goes down for leg kicks. He usually tries to catch him. That's, one of the biggest defensive that's one of the worst defensive habits he has. He's had it for, his whole UFC career up to this point. Maybe even earlier in, where he used to, was it Ryzen? Is that where he used to fight in? But, dude, he's usually trying to catch low kicks, and he's been doing that for a while. He even tried to do that in their first fight, and Alex couldn't really capitalize. And honestly, you could have called that a late stoppage, if I'm being honest. But, Herb Dean didn't want to have that fucking stigma around this fight. That was around the first one. It was it was an early stoppage. Let the Giga Chads fight it out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Honestly, that just gives me more reason to respect that first stoppage, because if he dropped him, he didn't recover whatsoever. Jiri got dropped bad with not even a great left hook. That was a fadeaway left hook, hands down, literally straight-armed hook, landing just with not even the dangerous knuckles, with the secondary knuckles on your hand, and it dropped him terribly. And then that switch head kick. Whew. Dude, we haven't seen a good, switch head kick KO in the UFC in forever. Dude, that was beautiful. It sucks that it had to be at the expense of Jiri, but god damn, man. Fuck. That just gives me more reason to pick him against Magomed Ankalaev, because I tell you guys, Magomed Ankalaev entertains the stand-up. He doesn't even grapple that much. He doesn't. The only guys that he truly grapples that I remember that he, specifically tried to grapple them immediately was, Anthony Smith, and I think I'm remembering that fight wrong. Magomed, he quote-unquote hurt Johnny Walker in their first fight, and then he shot a takedown. But Johnny Walker isn't good, so... yeah. This event was fucking nuts. Crazy performance from Alex Pereira. I still don't like the idea of him moving up to heavyweight. He definitely has the punching power to knock anybody out. But going up against a big athlete, and by athlete I mean guy and athlete, me and my brother do this thing where, like, that's just a big guy. And then we do, that's a big athlete. Tom Aspinall's a big athlete. He's both of those things. And he's pretty fucking quick, too. But, we move to the co-main event. 4 hours short notice. Dan Ige versus Diego Lopes. Ah, man. This is fucking nuts. Brian fucking Ortega, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? This fucking pussy. I'm kidding, of course. Brian Ortega pulled out on fight day. He, according to sources, according to people close to him, he had like a fever of 103, which is honestly terrible. It's actually better that he didn't fight, because Dan Ige honestly put up a better fight than what Brian Ortega would have been able to put up with such a bad sickness. I would much rather see Dan Ige give Diego Lopes trouble than see Diego Lopes kind of just like steamroll through a shitty version of Brian Ortega. So I don't hold that much resentment. I hold resentment only for the fact of all the pre-fight antics that did happen, where he made the fight go up a weight class. So Diego Lopes actually, and a lot of people are using this fight as like, oh, it's a fraud check of Diego Lopes. He really struggled with Dan Ige. Oh. But it's like Diego Lopes had to do like 2 separate weight cuts. And he also had 2 weeks short notice. Now I know Dan Ige had 4 weeks short notice, but he didn't have to like cut weight. Dan Ige just kind of walked in without a weight cut. So, and Dan Ige always has pretty good like conditioning. He's always pretty well conditioned. And he also had a fight coming up against good old Chepe Mariscal, the fraudiest fraudman inside the UFC, but that's besides the point. This was honestly a banger of a fight. Pretty good. Probably besides Pereira-Prohaska, probably the second most entertaining. And the third most entertaining was honestly Mayra Bueno Silva, Macy Chasson. If that fight didn't get stopped by a doctor stoppage, that fight was actually fucking great. But that's besides the point. Dan Ige, first 2 rounds, couldn't really get anything great going. At the end of the second round, you could really tell Diego was starting to slow down. He was throwing like everything into these shots. And I kind of knew right as this fight was like, oh, it's Dan Ige stepping. I was like, Diego Lopes is not going to knock out Dan Ige. There's no way. There's no way he's going to be able to knock out Dan Ige. Because Dan Ige's chin, he's never been knocked out. I think the only person, did Josh Emmett knock him down? I don't even know if he knocked him down. Because I remember that fight was like close. Where the fuck is the Josh Emmett fight? The fight card. Olivier Poirier. Holy shit. Didn't that open? He did knock down Dan Ige. Of course it was the fucking Goblin. That's besides the point. Anyways. But yeah. Great fight. Honestly, such a bad motherfucker. Dan Ige stepping in 4 hours short notice. I was honestly rooting for him near the end. Happy to see Diego Lopes win, though. They both want to fight on that Sphere card. Honestly, just book this as like a rematch. Honestly, but make it 145. Because, like, holy shit. Or just give Diego Lopes... What are the rankings at featherweight? What are we looking at here? For featherweight. Diego Lopes... Fuck. Does Josh Emmett have a fight? Honestly, give him Josh Emmett. Oh, shit. I don't know about Danny Ige. Could probably do like Danny Ige, Barboza, if he's willing to go. Which is probably not, but yeah, I don't know. It's a weird division at the moment. We move to the featured fight. Anthony Smith, Roman Dolidze. I told you. I'm going to say that a lot throughout this video. I told you. because I didn't miss on a fight, which has never happened before, and it probably won't happen again for a while. By the way, the Denver card is dog shit. But let's talk about Roman Dolidze, Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith looked trash. I hate to talk bad about Anthony, but he literally looked ass in this fight. He looked so fucking bad. It was almost laughable how not good he was. You know what I mean? He got doubled up on strikes, most of which were... Roman Dolidze landed the amount of punches Anthony Smith landed in the fight in the second round alone. And honestly, Roman Dolidze, I still don't think he's good. He's not great. But he should move up to light heavyweight, because the skill gap between middleweight and light heavyweight is honestly, sickening a little bit, the divisional skill gaps. Honestly, Roman Dolidze might become, a good fighter in that. Not a good fighter, but, a guy you recognize in the division. Because, who's above him at this? Because he's going to go up to 10. Dude, you could do him like Johnny Walker. Him Nikita Krylov. Him Khalil Roundtree. Dude, because his grappling is so good that those bigger guys aren't going to be able to grapple him. They'd have to strike with him. And his striking is still dog shit, don't get me wrong, but he hits hard. And he throws hard, too. And he had better conditioning than Anthony Smith, and I told you guys that. I think that he's going to be the more conditioned athlete. I did say that Anthony Smith might be able to pick it up near the end because of his car. I think I said that, but I said he was going to be in better shape. I think he's going to be in better shape. Even though Roman Dolidze's cardio is dog shit, which we saw again it was. He honestly just had the better game plan for this. I don't know what Anthony Smith's game plan was. Just to slightly get your ass whooped and then people still call you Anthony Lionheart. I don't understand. Yeah, Anthony should honestly hang him up. That was bad. And I honestly feel bad for people that picked him, because I honestly, leading up to this fight, this whole time, I was I should have picked Anthony Smith. Leading up to this fight, on fight day, I was man, Roman isn't really that good. He's not. He's really dog shit. I was I should have picked fucking Lionheart, but lo and behold, Anthony Smith is worse. So, I don't know, man. I'm still shocked Roman Dolidze was the favorite, but that's neither here nor there. Let's move. Mayra Bueno Silva, Macy Chasson. Honestly, crazy fight. Very entertaining. They both were throwing at an insane clip. How many strikes? Yeah, Mayra landed 42 significant strikes in the first round. Macy landed 37. Yeah, but that cut on Mayra Bueno Silva's eye, holy shit, dude. That's disgusting. That is a very bad... And it's so ironic that the best fight of the entire card up to that point got stopped due to a cut. And also, that elbow that Macy Chasson landed, holy, perfectly placed. I picked Macy Chasson, of course, because I swept the card. After the first round, I wasn't that confident anymore. Mayra was looking a bit better, but then it also looked like Mayra Bueno Silva, man, she does not move her head at all. I always forget that she legit has no head movement whatsoever. She's a very stationary target. She just walks backwards and lets you tee off on her fucking face. But yeah, very fun fight. Probably the third best fight on the entire card. And a lot of people were like, why is this on the main card? You never know, dude. You never know. Good win for Macy Chasson. Honestly, probably her versus Kayla Harrison. If the Juliana Pena versus Raquel Pennington fight news is real, do Macy and Kayla Harrison and let Michael get ragdolled by Caden. So, yeah. Macy get ragdolled by Kayla. You guys. Oh, man. Let's move. Ian Machado-Garry versus Mike. God damn it. Ian Machado-Garry versus Michael Venom Page. Yeah. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I will concur that I was wrong about Ian Machado-Garry. I thought he was going to be honestly be able to outstrike him. But I did also say he was going to clinch a lot. I did say that because Ian Garry, earlier in his UFC career against guys like Gabe Green and Darian Weeks, he was clinching these guys and kind of holding them and making it really fucking soy and boring. And a lot of people, like, honestly, I feel bad for Michael Venom Page because it's like, this is it. This was the fight. He had to win. He had to win to keep that momentum going, and he didn't. He lost to Ian Garry by not even, like, it wasn't even a good fight. That's the worst part about it. It wasn't even good. It was boring. The best part of the fight was, like, the shock moment where we were like, oh my god, does Ian Garry have that rear naked choke in? And then round 2 when Ian Garry couldn't do anything and Michael Venom Page was kind of styling on him on the feet. But man, Michael Venom Page knows nothing about defensive grappling positions. It is genuine. Everything you can do wrong in a position when someone has a body triangle, when someone's on your back and you're standing up, he legit did everything wrong. And I find that so fucking funny. This late into your MMA career, because everyone's like, oh, he's a kickboxer. He's been in MMA for fucking ages. How long has he been fighting in MMA? It's been for multiple it's so long. When did he make his MMA debut? 2012. We're talking over a decade here, guys. Come on. You don't know how to defend off your you don't know how to get a fucking body lock off? He didn't even fucking attempt to get Ian Garry off his fucking back. Holy shit, dude. It's the worst outcome. Not even a good fight. Ian Garry won by boring decision. He's going to hype himself up. And honestly, I like Ian Garry, but like I can't fuck with that. Like, that decision it wasn't a good fight. But the thing is, people are like, oh, his striking is not. No one strikes like Michael Venom Page. There's a difference between Michael Venom Page and guys like Leon Edwards. No one fucking. Ian Garry's going to be able to strike with guys like that, because there's no one that strikes like Michael Venom Page other than KSI. And that is honestly very shocking, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, I don't even know who you even give Michael Venom Page after that. Like, who do you give him? Like, Neil Magny? Like, who do you give him? You have to run him in Wonder Boy. Nah, fuck that Neil Magny. You have to run him in Wonder Boy next. And if that fight's boring, honestly, he should retire. Yeah. Because, like, this fight just showed me all you need is decent ground awareness, and you can beat Michael Venom Page easy. And honestly, Michael Venom Page shouldn't throw head kicks anymore. He shouldn't throw kicks. He should honestly just stick with the right hand and bouncing, and then, like, jabs. His low kicks, for some reason, his kicks are so slow. I don't know what it is about Michael Venom Page, but yeah. Worst case scenario. We move. Featured prelim. Joe Pyfer versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Yeah. Wow. What a knockout. That was brutal. Only the second guy ever to knock out Marc-Andre Barriault, and Marc-Andre didn't land a punch. 0 of 5. Joe went 8 of 10. Man, he slumped him bad. And the right hand that landed the one that started it all. Marc-Andre was circling because Joe Pyfer is so much bigger than him. He has such a big size advantage over him, like everyone said. And I wonder if anyone actually picked Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm going to have to watch. You know what? Let me pull it up right now. I'm going to see if anyone picked fucking Marc-Andre Barriault. If anyone picked Marc-Andre Barriault, that's... Man, this channel. Thank you. I'll respond to that comment later. Where's this video at? Where's UFC predictions tracker? I'm gonna see if anyone fucking picked. Where's this fight at? Marc-Andre. Nobody picked Marc-Andre Barrios. Wait, hold up. One dude did. Premium picks. All right. Premium picks. Let's sharpen up. How many people picked, like... I'll watch that shit later, but... yeah, but anyways. Yeah, I don't understand how you can pick Marc-Andre Barrios in this fight. I just don't see it. And that's coming from a guy that picked Ikram Aliskerov. And Shamil Gaziev and Chito Vera. But anyways, yeah, Joe Pyfer, great win. The call out of Paul Craig makes sense. Just try and find your way back into the rankings. Where's Paul Craig even at? Oh, he's not even ranked anymore. Ooh. Honestly, he should just call out like Chris Curtis. Him versus Michelle Pereira would be fucking badass. But like try and just beat up a guy that was previously ranked. I understand it. It is a little gay because like he's obviously going to knock out Paul Craig because Paul Craig has no stand-up IQ, but it is what it is. We move. Fight of the night. Wow. Cub Swanson, Andre Philly. This got fight of the night? Really? Wow. That's kind of gross. They didn't give that to Diego Lopes, and they definitely got like a bunch of money. But yeah, honestly, I thought this fight was Cub Swanson's fight, if I'm being honest. As a guy, I picked Andre Philly. I thought Andre Philly was going to be able to use his range, use the reach advantage, jab off Cub Swanson, but Cub Swanson's old man striking of rushing in with his head, chin in the air and right hands overloading was actually working for the most part. Andre Philly really tried to grapple in this fight. How many takedowns did he shoot for? Yeah, 11 takedowns. Did he get both of those? Where did he get both? He got one in the third round. He controlled him a little bit in the clinch. He got outlanded in every round. Okay. Yeah, I just thought Cub Swanson landed the more damaging strikes in rounds 2 and 3. Round 1 I gave to Andre Philly because he looked like he landed the better shots. And also controlled a little bit. Bless myself. Before any of you guys can say it. I honestly, I gave the first round to Andre Philly. I thought he landed the better shots. Controlled him in the clinch a little bit. I like the approach of Andre Philly. Andre Philly just got hit way too much to give him this fight, I feel. And he tried to coast in the third round, which wasn't really cool. Even though he did land a bunch of shots, he was kind of just on his back foot the whole time. Like ring gentlemanship. Cub Swanson was pushing the pace of the entire fight. Yeah. He also mixed up the targets pretty well. He went for a lot of leg kicks. But, yeah, I don't know. I thought you could give this fight to Cub Swanson. Cub's probably still going to fight, unlike some people. But, yeah, I don't know. We move. Charles Jourdain versus Joan Silva. Another pretty scary performance. Joan Silva knocked out Charles Jourdain and didn't only knock him out, he knocked him down twice, from what I remember. Yeah, 2 knockdowns. Is he the first guy to ever knock down Charles Jourdain? For some reason, I have a feeling that nobody else has done that. I'll come back to you guys on this because I'm just going to keep looking. But, yeah, I don't... Charles Jourdain didn't really... His game plan was mostly to pick and move, try and just find his way on the inside on a guy like Joan Silva. Not find his way on the inside, but just try and like pick apart from range. He threw a lot of head kicks that didn't land. And Joan Silva honestly was like egging him on. He was like, yeah, come on, keep going, dude. Come on, keep throwing those head kicks. And I was like, oh my God, he's gonna fucking kill him. But, dude, yeah, Joan Silva's got different power, man. He's got that first knockdown. It was like a left hook off of Charles Jourdain throwing a punch, and he got clipped for it. And then the second one, coming off of takedown attempt, Joan Silva, by the way, got up from every takedown pretty easily, which is very good to see. But, yeah, Joan Silva, he kind of like grabbed, like, was it with his right hand or his left hand? I think it was his left hand, and then he uppercutted him with the right. But, dude, it was brutal. Like, Charles's legs give out. He smacks his head on the canvas. He looked fine afterwards, but it was a brutal knockdown, and I understand the stoppage. John Silva, what a character, too. He's, like, barking at him and shit. It's wild. He's like, yeah, come on, man. He slowly walks to the octagon. Only thing that I have a issue, just make weight, bro. That's all you got to do. He's a wholesome dude, cried in the interview, talking about him and his wife. Yeah, all you got to do is make weight, bud. He's a star in the making, if he can just, because, I mean, those are two brutal KOs back-to-back with Weston Wilson and now Charles Jourdain, which is the first time he's ever been KO'd, the first guy to crack that skull of Charles Jourdain. So, yeah, just make weight, and you'll be good. All right, we move. Peyton Talbot versus Giannis Gumori. Minus 1,600 favorite for a reason, guys. Yeah. Let me check if anyone fucking had the audacity to even fucking try to pick Giannis Gumori. Because if anyone did that, then they are actually dumb. Nobody picked him. Good. That's great. That's fucking perfect. Because no one should pick him. How many people picked John Silva? A majority of the people actually picked John Silva. Wow. That's kind of crazy. But yeah. I don't know. But let's talk about Peyton Talbot. Sorry, I got carried away. That's my fault. Yeah, Peyton Talbot absolutely smoked Giannis Gumori. He threw... How many strikes did he throw? Like 5? Not including the after strikes, of course. Yeah, 13 to 13. Landed every strike he threw. Holy shit. Yeah, Giannis, you could tell that he was nervous. Peyton Talbot kind of opened the fight up, just kind of stalking him down early, threw like a low kick. He threw a jab, and Giannis Gumori, his instinctive reaction, because all he knows how to do is throw low kicks, he steps into range and throws a low kick and gets clipped with a delayed 1-2. Peyton Talbot threw a delayed 1-2, jab, waited a bit to see what Giannis did, and fucking smoked him with the right hand. Landed right on the jaw. And Peyton Talbot, honestly, this fight, if he jumped on him early, this fight would have been like a 15-second, 14-second KO. Because he actually waited like 2 seconds just staring at him like, get up. And Giannis, of course, was fucking lost that he could not get up. Giannis, get up! Meek Mill, get up! He wasn't getting up, dude. He's done. He's fucking cooked. But, yeah, Peyton Talbot, incredible win. Honestly, I saw Alex Bahunin tweet this. Him and Marcus McGee would be an insane fight. Marcus McGee, if you guys don't know, he's the guy with, like, the dog face. He looks really old, but he's, like, only 30. And he trains with Sean O'Malley. He's a skateboarder, too, I'm pretty sure. Very cool fucking guy. Marcus McGee, one of my favorite. I'm going to try and post 3 videos this week. Because there's no fights this Saturday. I'm trying to post 3 videos this week. This video, and then maybe 3 other ones, like, split across the days. So maybe I'll do Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I don't know. I'll try and get something out for you guys. But yeah, Marcus McGee, one of my favorite prospects at that bantamweight division, sparring partner of Sean O'Malley. He's in that, whatever that gym's called, that Sean and Kyler Phillips come from, whatever Tim Welch is doing. But yeah, Peyton Talbot versus him would be cool. I like the idea of him versus one of the Basharat brothers, like Guru said. Preferably Farid. Does Farid have a fight booked? I think Farid's supposed to fight at Abu Dhabi, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. It's Javid. Javid is fighting Chris Gutierrez. So it's not going to be Javid, so it'd have to be Farid. Because I'm pretty sure, or wasn't Farid supposed to fight at fucking Saudi Arabia, and then did he get injured? I don't know. I'm not looking, but yeah, Peyton Talbot was one of those guys. Because Peyton Talbot, he's the real deal. He is the real fucking deal. 3rd fight in the UFC. All 3 wins by finish. The first one against Fernie Garcia was a sub. Beautiful sub in a fight that he had. Oh, and it was Nick Aguirre. My bad, not Fernie Garcia. My fault. Beat the shit out of Cameron Simon and now Giannis Gumori. A lot of people were like, It's not going to be super easy. I think I said it wasn't going to be super easy. But he made it look easy. Because Giannis Gamori had a really weird standoff fight with, like, William Gomez at featherweight, up a weight class, and he looked decent enough. Peyton Talbot set him down in 19 seconds. All right, we move. The featured early prelim, Michelle Waterson-Gomez versus Jillian Robertson. Yeah, Jillian Robertson was able to get takedowns at will in this fight, and reversed her a couple of times, had a couple of sub attempts. She really wanted to submit Michelle Waterson-Gomez, but Michelle Waterson-Gomez was pretty smart defensively. She was not allowing the armbar to go through. But, yeah, she got her ass whooped. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this fight. Jillian Robertson kind of just, like, dominated the whole time. Beat the shit out of Michelle Waterson-Gomez. Even the stand-up exchanges, she landed some right hands. But landed a bunch of elbows on the ground. Michelle Waterson-Gomez, she had a huge, like, mouse or bruise under her eye. It started to fucking well up. And, yeah, this was terrible. Michelle Waterson-Gomez retired, of course, after this fight. They gave her, like, a Robbie Lawler-esque send-off, which people weren't that happy about, which is like, I get it. Michelle Waterson-Gomez was not, like, the greatest fighter, because I'm pretty sure she's, 8-10 inside the UFC? Or something along those lines. Or is it 6-9? Hold up, I gotta find this shit. Where's she at? I kept scrolling past her, I'm stupid. She's 6-9 in the UFC. Yeah, that's not good. But, yeah, it is what it is. Great fight from Jillian Robertson, again, showing improvements. Love to see it. We move. Andrei Arlovski, Martin Buday. Or Budai. I honestly don't care how you say his name anymore. He's dog shit. Andrei Arlovski, arguably, like, he made the fight competitive. Like, Martin, this is what you're doing for a living, dude. Like, this is the end game. You're like 32 now. You're not good at anything else. You used to be like a professional gamer, so it's either professional gamer or fight in front of people. Which one do you want to do? Because it still looks like you want to be a fucking gamer. Because, like, this fight fucking sucked. This fight was terrible. Like, it was not good. Andrei Arlovski, bless his heart, 45 years old. He's a legend. This was his last fight in the UFC. He's ass. Both of these guys are terrible. So, the commentary booth, like John Anik, Joe Rogan, and they were literally openly mocking both of them. Like, at one point, I'm pretty sure, like, Joe Rogan was like, the worst part about it is, this isn't, like, an even, like, elite-level heavyweight fight. I was like, you got that right, bald buddy. This fight, and I don't know what it is about heavyweight. Like, unranked people, there's, like, it's such a huge difference between heavyweight, unranked heavyweights, and then, like, the top five. Like, the skill gap, not even just unranked heavyweight, like, even, like, ranked heavyweights, like, 10, like, the difference between number 5 and number 10 is fucking incredible. It is nuts how much better the top 5 is than, like, literally, like, numbers, like, 8 and 9. Like, the skill gap is fucking nuts. The amount of fucking blobs that are able to work their way into the top 15. Martin Buday is 5-1 inside this fucking promotion. He has 5 wins against other fucking fat asses. He's beat just a bunch of fat fucks. Chris Barnett. Fucking Lucas Brzezinski. Jake Collier. Jake Collier used to be a middleweight, and then he just got fucking huge. He got fucking terribly fat. He gave up. Josh Parisian, one of the fattest fucks I've ever seen in my fucking life. He had 4 wins in a row, and then he lost to fucking this fucking blob. I forgot he got fucking blobbed all over, dude. Yep. You guys can't see it, but I'm staring at fucking Shamil Ghaziev's face right now, and he is disgusting. Oh, man. Like, what do we have to do to get actual good heavyweight prospects? There's literally none. They all are terrible. We move. Ray Cerrulla versus Carlos Hernandez. Honestly, I thought you could have scored this fight to Carlos Hernandez. This fight was very close. I thought this fight 29-28 either way was pretty cool. Ray Cerrulla, the difference in skill level between this fight and the fight that fucking happened after is incredible. Ray Cerrulla's grappling is next level, man. He looked really good on the mat. Had a bunch of crazy fucking positions. But yeah, Carlos Hernandez, like damage-wise, it looked like he landed a lot of good stuff in the first round. Like the striking numbers are really close. He outstruck him significantly, but Ray Cerrulla had control and takedowns. But the one takedown that Carlos Hernandez, he like slammed him on his fucking head. Round 2 was obviously Ray Cerrulla, and then round 3 was Carlos Hernandez. It was, yeah. He was controlling the clinch. He outstruck him significantly. But very cool fight. A lot of cool positions. There was a lot of like submission attempts that didn't get counted. But he was looking for a lot of, I don't even know what submission. It was like a twister, but not. It was like the words that Joe Rogan was saying was like baseball something or whatever. I don't even know. But it was fucking nuts. So Ray Cerrulla, guy to watch out for at flyweight. Another Japanese prospect that you should watch out for. But, yeah, we move. First fight of the night, Ricky Simón versus Vinicius Oliveira. I told you. This is how you cash on a plus 205, motherfuckers. How many people picked him? How many people picked Vinicius? Yeah, it was one. Yeah, I was one of like 7 people. Yeah. Great leader. Yeah, but Vinicius just outstruck. He honestly made Ricky Simón look like a fool. And I honestly believe it's because Ricky Simón had to be injured going into this fight. He had like an ankle brace on or whatever, an ankle like wrap. He honestly had to be injured because his takedown attempts looked like utter dog shit in this fight. He looked terrible. On the feet, Vinicius Oliveira was schooling him. Vinicius did throw a lot of random shit. He's very entertaining to watch. Yeah, Ricky Simón went 2 of 11 on takedowns. And the thing is, the takedowns he did get, Vinicius got up pretty easy from. And the takedowns that Ricky Simón, because Ricky Simón did get deep on some of them, Vinicius Oliveira just defended really well. So another guy we got to watch out for at bantamweight, lock dog, Vinicius Oliveira. Man, he's very entertaining. I'll give him that. He is kind of stupid. He is a bit emotional. He did like push Ricky Simón after the second round was over. He was like, that was a terrible impression, but he was like, I don't know, whatever he fucking says, but yeah, Vinicius, he at a point was so comfortable that he threw a Rabona uppercut head kick combo. Like, you know how comfortable you gotta be? That's like some Mauricio Rufy shit going for like the scissor takedown. A Rabona, if you guys don't remember, it's where you like, your lead leg, you take a step with your right leg, and then you throw a kick, like a leg kick behind your leg. It is so fucking weird. Then he threw a mean-ass uppercut that landed flush, and then a head kick that honestly looked like it rocked Ricky Simón. So, great win for Vinicius Oliveira. He did get his leg kick checked in that second round, and it looked like he got hurt pretty fucking bad. But besides that, he styled on Ricky Simón. Besides getting takedowns, I have no idea what Ricky Simón's game plan was. And the thing is, Vinicius Oliveira got a takedown of his own. So, yeah, we got a guy to look out for. Improved massively takedown defense-wise from his first fight with Bernardo Sapai. But I kind of expected that. So, yeah. UFC 303 was, honestly a bit lackluster. It could have been better. There were a couple stinky fights. Especially like Ian Gary, Michael Venom Page didn't perform. Anthony Smith, Roman Dolidze kind of sucked. Andre Arlovski, Martin Buday was one of the worst fights I've seen in a while. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but next week, or this week rather, there are no fights. We take a week off. We return next week with UFC Denver, which honestly is one of the worst cards I've ever seen in my fucking life get thrown into a fucking, in a crowded event. Like, dude, it's terrible. It's awful. But yeah, I'm going to try and get a couple videos out for you guys. I got a couple of videos lined up. I got the scripts ready and everything. Can I give a sneak peek? Let me see. So some videos I have lined up. I got dark horses in every division. They have to be ranked. Favorite prospects in every division. I think you guys know some of the answers to that. And then I'm going to write up a most overrated fighter in every division right now as I upload this video. So, yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get those videos out for you periodically, probably like upload every other day. So like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the week of fight week, I'm going to take a little bit of time off because I'm going to have to research the fights and all that bullshit. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to leave a thought in the comments below, leave a thought in the comments below. Just comment. Just say whatever you want. I don't really care. I respond to every comment. I like every comment. I appreciate any feedback you guys have for me personally. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.